Are you trying to learn English and sitting in the classroom listening to boring grammar 24/7? It's really tiring and exhausting? Well, I can bet that these 18 top tips for improving your English will change your life. Not only do Britain and the US produce some of the best TV shows and films in the world, but you can actually learn English while watching them. If you think that your English level is low, you can actually put subtitles or do something to help yourself with that. So it is highly recommended to watch television and films in English. Reading is a great way of practicing your English in your own time. You can take one word at a time at your own pace, without your teaching being annoying over your shoulder. If you're studying in a beginner to an intermediate level, you can pick up a children's book. It's pretty easy. And you think that your level is quite high, you can go to new papers or books. So it's all on you. This tip may sound a little awkward, but labeling things in your house is pretty helpful when it comes to memorize things. For example, this is a quick and cheap way of improving your knowledge of the vocabulary of everyday items in your home. So you can try it and you'll get to know how easy it is to memorize words. Here comes the hard part. You can make notes of new vocabulary, which is really helpful. Whenever you learn a new word, whether you're in the classroom or outside or wherever you are, you should make sure that you're making note of it. It is pretty helpful. I know it's quite annoying sometimes to write wherever you are, but it's really helpful. Then you have to surround yourself with English speakers. If you spend your time outside of the classroom with people from your own country, you'll miss the big opportunity to practice English. If you try to be friends with other English speakers, you'll be forced into speaking the English language. If it gets hard to find English speakers, you can find yourself in the internet or somewhere where people speak English, and it's really helpful. People tend to ignore this tip, but you have to figure out when is your best time to learn. For example, do you feel like you're like a morning or afternoon person? Well, you have to figure that out, because when you feel like in the best mood to learn something, that's when you have to explore yourself to get into the language, which is pretty useful. Another amazing tip to get better in English is listening to British and American music. In addition to watching films and TV, listening to music is another great and fun way of improving your grasp of the language. There's an almost endless amount of music out there to choose from, with most tracks having lyrics easily available online. So if you read while you're listening to something, it gets pretty easy to get into the language.